Welcome to Azzy's Guide on the Borderland worlds in the Guild Wars 2's open PvP area. Today we're just going to do a bonus clip on siege weapons and their effective range. Let me just qualify this by saying um, the gameplay that we did was not recorded, or that I did was not recorded. I didn't know how to use fraps or any of the video recording. In fact, I didn't even know how to make videos at that time. And I'm just experimenting, trying things out for fun, and maybe pass along a little info that you guys will figure out probably within the first 2 minutes of playing anyways. But this is for those who haven't played, might not have had a chance to test beta or the open PvP in beta. So, I'm just going to give this a shot. Let me give you a little bit of background on what was going on. I just got home on Saturday night at about 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was 12 o'clock my time. About midnight at PST, the server switched just to give players a chance to mix it up a bit and test out a little bit about the ranking systems for servers versus servers versus servers. At that time, I was on Jade Quarry. We ended up fighting against Fort Aspenwood, I think that was blue, and also Sea of Sorrows. Sea of Sorrows, if you didn't know, is made up a lot of the Oceanic guilds and the Goon Squad from North America. They, in fact, at midnight went about and just took everything over. Everything turned red. They were just dominating. And I joined up with a few locals on our green server with Jade Quarry to try to take back our lands. The land right here, the garrison was red. Everything was red. And so a force of us came down here. We're fighting along cliffside. We finally took it over. We went to garrison. We're beating on the door, and we were just getting smoked. No matter how much rams we dropped, the defenders really knew what they're doing. Kudos to Sea of Sorrows, the Aussies, the Kiwis, the folks that are out there in all the islands, and of course Goon Squad. And they were just repelling us. So I was with this one guy, and we decided, you know what? No matter what we're doing, we're just feeding kills. Our Zerg is totally ineffective. These guys are outsmarting us. They're outplaying us. Their defense is solid. Let's try something a little bit different. So we came, and we're going to build a trebuchet over here and bombard this door. That was that other guy's idea, and I'll give him credit in a little bit. But then I was like, hey, wait a second. Why don't we build something up here instead? So we ended up building a trebuchet up there. Let me move our little trebuchet. And we decided to start pounding the doors right over here. And let me get some in-game footage of where we were in the game. I'm sorry, this is super messy, so let me clean this up a bit. And let me get you some in-game footage. Okay, here we have Therma. He is the guy that I teamed up with. So all kudos and credits to Thermagix. And this was another scene when we were lobbing catapult shots over here at this door. We're buddying up with this other player, Melanie. But this isn't actually what we were doing in terms of the trebuchet. Let me get pictures of that. All right, we were standing right over here. This is actually after the cliff. You drop down from the cliffside, and I had gone over that in another video. So we ended up building a trebuchet right about here, right next to this house. And then Thermo was just bombarding the gate right over here. At first he was going short because he didn't set the trebuchet on like farther range, but once he got it set, we were able to pound this door down to about 10%. And then all the Sea of Sorrow guys knew what was going on. They started coming after us. So that's how I came up with the effective range of the trebuchet. And so what do I mean by the effective range of the trebuchet? Well, in the game picture you just saw, this was the house that we were standing next to, and I was right over here. And the effective range was from the trebuchet all the way to the door over here. So that's what I mean by the effective range of the trebuchet. So I created this circle template to show what would the effective range be, of a trebuchet, if it could fully turn and have this radius thing. And so that's how I came up with this image. I also did one for the catapult, and I'll show you the image for that right now. And here we are again. We are up on the cliffside over here, and we were bombarding the Sunny Hill, not Sunny Hill. Yeah, it was the Sunny Hill Towers right over here. And we got the gate down to about, well, we destroyed the gate, and this group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, Therma wasn't pretty active at this time. About 4 or 5 of us went in, took out the Tower Lord. So again, thanks to Thermagix with the idea of the trebuchet and Melanine for helping us out with the fight. But back to the main map. Okay, so we're gonna do the catapult. The catapult was at a different position. We were right over here for the catapult. Let me take some of these images out. So I have this little catapult thing built over here, but the effective range of the catapult was right about here. We're standing over here, and in that image you just saw, and we're bombarding this door right here. So let me bring the catapult's effective radius to right here. So that's how we came up with these templates for the trebuchet and the catapult. And so in this way, it'll give you guys an idea of how I came up with this really non-effective way of measuring siege weapon range. And if you just want to turn off the video right now because you're like, Aslan, you're nuts. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about. The way you're making these videos is stupid. I hate you. Blah, blah, blah. So that's my qualifier. Before we get to that, let me just show you again where siege weapon merchants are usually located. All right. I covered this in another tutorial, but that's okay. The siege weapon merchants are usually located right by these broken hearts. If you could find a broken heart, you could find the siege weapon merchant. The broken hearts are the armor repairers. And whenever you're wounded or damaged in combat, your armor starts to degrade after like 5 deaths or something. I forget. And usually right next to them is this commander merchant, which sells you the commander book for 3 gold. And you could have the commander squad features. The commander option wasn't implemented during the beta because it just wasn't. Mike Ferguson from the Guildwars2 beta was talking about that in the forums. But usually the center merchant right here, I know this is a bad. He is a small, short, cute little Asura. They're like halflings mixed with the Yordle. And they will sell siege weapons. And here is an image of the vendor, but I did not get the picture of the Asura, so I apologize. So you could buy like the flame rams for 4 silver, arrow carts 4 silver, ballistas for 6, catapults for 8, trebuchets for 16. Flame rams required 40 supply, arrow carts 30. Ballista it said 20, and I thought it was 20, but some people were saying 30. Catapults I think were 60 supply. Trebuchets were 100, and no one that I knew of were playing around with the siege golems on our server. And each individual player could carry 10 supply at a time. So you need a lot of teamwork and coordination. And this is what I meant by supply is the lifeblood for open world PvP, because you need these siege weapons to be very effective in taking out forts, or like the towers or keeps, but you also need them for defense. And perhaps after the next beta, when I get some images in game, I'll show you what works and what siege weapons you use to counter other siege weapons. But that being said, we'll go back to the big map and we'll fool around with our templates. Oh, sorry, I forgot to. I couldn't find this picture earlier. At each of the border keeps within a map zone. So these border keeps are on the bottom 2 corners, right here and right over here. This one's the picture that I have is for the one in this corner here in the southeast corner. They also have these heart merchants, and near the heart merchants, right over here, commander. If you find the commander book, you'll find the siege weapon master. So buy something every time you go out. Okay, so what I did was I put the catapult effective radius and I merged it with the trebuchet effective radius. Earlier, you saw my character was standing right over here, and we were bombarding the door with the catapult. The trebuchet could definitely reach. It won't be able to hit the garrison keep, and if you maybe unless you go in much closer, but this will put the catapult at risk unless you have a lot of players that could go and destroy it. But catapults are very useful. They could destroy the items on top of the the walls if people are building arrow carts up there. I don't know if you could reach or get the right angle for arrow carts that are built behind the wall, but I don't know if they have. I don't know. So we'll experiment with that next beta. We were up here with Thermagets with his trebuchet, and it could reach the garrison walls. We were thinking maybe if we put it up here, the defenders can't come out and destroy our trebuchet. What happened last time was they came out from the garrison. They ran all the way up here, came all the way up here, and killed us because we only had like 4 of us or 3 of us. And so we couldn't do much to defend against them. But we're thinking, hey, what if we built it out of the reach of the attackers? Because this blue line here is the point of no return. If you drop down, you cannot come back up. So attackers coming around this way can't reach us with melee attacks. We were thinking, oh, we could put it on the other side of the house, but they could still come and destroy it. So if it was up here, it might have a little bit more protection against the opposing players. And the actual trebuchet range, although I put it here and I made it this far, went a little bit past the wall. It probably was hitting down here somewhere, but I couldn't sneak in there and take a look. Now we're going to look at some of the other parts of the map. We'll come down here to Dreadfall Bay, or the Bay Keeps. In the Team Legacy video where they had the Dreadfall Bay invasion, they had broken down this door right here. And let me draw some stuff. I like drawing. And they went up these stairs and built their trebuchets up there. So that became an effective way of reaching the wall section of Dreadfall Bay. So if you had it up there, you could destroy the walls. They at first built it closer, but I guess they're within range of the enemy attacks. And enemies are also coming up this side and wreaking some havoc on them. So they ended up just building the trebuchets further up on the cliff. But let's take a look at what it could reach. Whoops, let's get rid of that. Oh no, what am I doing? I have no idea actually how to even use Photoshop. I shouldn't be making these videos, huh? The catapults might be able to reach. I don't know how effective the catapults are against the doors. They weren't too incredibly effective against. I don't know how effective catapults are against the walls. They might be more effective against the walls than the doors. So that's something you can consider. But it could definitely take out arrow carts that are built up on the wall in this region right here. We'll zoom in a little bit more to get a better picture. I was thinking, oh, what if we built catapults along these lower regions? They're probably not going to be as effective. But right here, if you're going to build it on the shore, it might be able to hit. If you build it up here, doesn't seem like it's going to reach. If you build it over here, you can definitely build it on the docks that are right here. So these are docks. If you build it on the docks, it'll reach. These docks, they'll reach. They'll be able to take out the inner wall. Anything up here, catapults on the docks here. And of course, trebuchets are effective for many, many miles. You can even build it on the walls up here. But provide you a little more protection for your trebuchets. And, they can take out the door. I'm not sure if they're going to reach the arrow carts in the back. So just giving a look-see of the effective range of the trebuchet. So the southern wall might be a good option of building walls if you're attacking from the south. Say you're like the blue players, you come up here, you take over the walls, and you could build it up here. So this is trebuchets at Dreadfall Bay.